Hi, this is Quinn with Halo Inc. Today I'm going to show you how to load the second half of this machine after you've already done some test cuts through the Graphtec. So I ran off about 20 just so that I know that I have enough material to get through it. So the first thing you're going to do is it's going to go down through this. I'm going to go down, fold this bar up. So then you've got it underneath that weighted bar down there, and you're going to thread it up through this one. And this is set into its upright position, so you're going to go on top of all of these rollers. And then this roller right here, you're going to go underneath, and then above these two here. Fold this just a little bit, and then I'm going to fold that and release this pin here.
Can you release this pin?
I released this pin up here that was holding it up at the top. So I'm going to lower it down, and I'm going to take this pin into one of the holes. I like to use the outermost hole, just because that holds it the tightest. There's two other holes that will give it a looser hold if you've got a thicker material. And then there's a second pin over here. Just want to make sure that that's locked in. Then I'm going to take heel up. And this first row didn't cut, so this is what I'm going to use to tack to the waist core. And then this is going to go underneath this last bar. Pull until I've got enough to tack to here. You want to make sure you're going on as straight as you can. Attach to it. The next thing you're going to do is line up your blades. We're splitting this off into 3 separate rolls. So I'm going to drop this down to its set position. So I'm going to put one blade directly between these two, one blade on the outside here to cut off the extra. One blade between these two. Take this here. It might not stay because these are this way. I'm going to drop these down. So if you twist these pins, they'll stay out so that you don't have to hold them. You've got to put a little bit of pressure on it just to get it down into position. And I'm going to roll this just a little bit more by hand. Sides off, and then they'll drop down. We've got a trash can down here that they'll fall into, and then I like to just hand cut these because my first set of stickers down here were good. If you have more of these that are still alignment issues, you can cut it off at whichever row starts your good ones, but I'm just going to cut. I'm just going to cut along it this way. Untack this from the core. And so I'm going to use these labels here to attach it to the core. You can tape it to the core as well, but since these are already here, that on there. all the way through. Make sure that they're fully separated before they start rolling. And then I'm going to tighten this to keep these cores in place. I like to align my cores after it's done the first cut, just so I know exactly where I'm aligning them. So they'll be image. So those are all locked into place. And then there's a little switch right here, which will turn on this core and this core. And then so I'll run a couple more. So I'll run 10 more copies just to get it going. Make sure everything's wrapping properly before I run the whole set. And then once that light goes off on there and it's just the green light that's on, that means that the tension between these two rollers is correct. You want to make sure that you're always starting with a fresh core on this roller because it can burn out the motor if you're tacking to excess waste that's already on there from the last job. So you want to make sure you've got a new core here and new cores there. So this is wrapped around itself and there's no issues, it's not catching on anything, and these are winding on themselves fine. So I'm good to send the rest of the job once these 10 have stopped. To do that, over here, I'm just going to turn copy off. So this little checkbox right here, so we're on 9 of 10. So it's the last one of this set. So I'm going to turn this off, and it'll just run until there's no more marks for it to detect. So I'm going to hit start, and then that'll finish the job.